Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I pray that your Saturday is going well as you planned it. I pray that you're able to take care of some of the business that you have to take care of. Work your job, clean your yard, run your errands, relax, do all the things that Saturdays bring. Make plans, day parties, night parties, weddings, and birthdays and events. I pray that the lifers are doing all that life can do, all that life can bring, and remembering that each moment is a privilege and to take advantage of that moment. It's a great Saturday for me. Crazy because um, I didn't even get out of the bed until 2 o'clock today. I cannot believe that's something I never do. But I thank God for allowing me to have a day of just rest and relaxation. And of course, outside sitting in the backyard taking care of some things and just meditating and thinking about how my evening is gonna go. But before I go any further, I did want to drop by, say hello, and share a little nugget with you if I could. Share a little nugget with you. Um, on this week, I've really been thinking about the saying or the slang of say less. Really, just say less. And I thought about it in the way that we use it, like, if someone's sharing something with you or they telling you something or they're alerting you to some information or whatever, and like you're geeked about it, you agree to it, or you affirm what it is. The first thing you say less. Like, I got it. I'm with you. Really? Oh, all of that. Say less. But as I thought about that, I got more into really what the words are. Say less. And I know that we have husbands that listen to us. Um, but this is really a little something that wives, us women, could really kind of chew on a bit, to say less. Because statistically, women speak almost 2 to 3 times as many words as men do, right? And I don't know about y'all, man, but sometimes I believe my man is only listening to a third of the words that I'm saying. And not in a bad way, but I probably could talk a lot. I got a lot to say. Um, I am a wordsmith. I know how to use words. And that's just who I am. But the say less thing really resonated with me because I think about like how we move about in the earth, move about in the community, move about in our circles. And a lot of things happen or go off the hinge when we talk too much. When we talk too much. And it don't matter. It don't always have to be necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes we just talk too much. We might overshare. Um, we may just give too much of our own opinions about things, and we don't have to. The say less really hit my spirit because I think that there are ways where you can show your approval, you can show the affirmation, you can show that you understand, you can show that you are attentive and that you are in the know by saying less. I also think that when you're in intense conversations or when you are trying to make your point, sometimes we overtalk. Say less. And the saying less is not only beneficial for you, it's beneficial for the person that has to listen to you as well. Because one thing I believe is sometimes we put out so much information that the person that we're sharing it with or that we're communicating with has to take all that information, process it, put it in the right perspective in their mind, put it in the right places in their understanding, and then be able to regurgitate what they feel about that thing. But the less I say, the less trouble I could be in. The more my actions have to speak. And the less I have to be accountable for when it comes to maybe I've said something that somebody didn't necessarily feel was okay. Or maybe it was a difficult conversation. And I may have said, I may have added a couple, what do they call it, little hits and threw some shade or um, took a little shot. How about that? Took a little shot at the situation. But I want to encourage us all, to say less. And if we choose our words, man, the words that we do say will be so powerful and have so much impact. And they will mean more. But if I take something beautiful, right? You take something beautiful and meaningful, and then you add a whole bunch of stuff to it, or put a whole bunch of stuff around it, it begins to look cluttered. It begins to come across chaotic. It begins to be crowded. I don't want my words crowded. I don't want um, my communication to be chaotic. I do not want the things that I say to be congested with a whole bunch of extra. Guess what? We can say less. And I am reminded, our son, our Savior, Jesus Christ, he came to the earth for a certain amount of time. Certain amount of time, right? So that means he only had a certain amount of time to do the things that he needed to do. So he needed to choose his words, his moments carefully, because everything mattered. And so when there's words from Jesus Christ, when you see it in your word, everything is strategic. Everything is on purpose. And that's something that we can learn as humans. That's something we can learn as brothers and sisters, as husbands and wives, as friends. That talking too much can almost get us in trouble. It really can. And sometimes people can miss the impact of what we really mean. And then when he got on the cross, my God, um, the Bible records, what is it called? 7 last sayings, right? And he could have said a whole lot because he is God, he is divine. He was human and he was divine. He could have said a whole lot, but 7 divine statements were made. And that was it. But those 7 statements or those 7 sayings still ring with us today. So when we think about, because we can articulate and because we have a way with words and because our voice sounds good and we know we got something to say, and then we want to add in some other things that may not necessarily be about the moment that we're in, but we might as well throw them in there, put that shot, take that hit, add all in it. We're going to miss it. We're going to miss the purpose. We're going to miss the impact. We're going to miss the importance of really getting the right point across. Do yourself a favor. Do your loved ones a favor. Do the world a favor. Do the community a favor. Let's say less. Say less. And let's do more. Let our actions speak louder than our words. The words we cannot take back. We really can't. And so we just have to be mindful of that, and that God has empowered us with the ability and with the wisdom to choose our words wisely. The Bible said a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. The word says a word, no S on it, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. Wow, that is really something. So the right word will do the trick. The right word will meet the need. The right word will accomplish the goal. Say less, do more.